Richard, for your kind words. Now, good afternoon everybody. Before we undertake the customary duty of giving Richard an uncomfortable few minutes, I would like to introduce myself. For those of you that don't know me, I'm the best man, Colin Watty Having. And if you see me at the bar through the evening, if you could address me by my full name, that would be really appreciated. I've heard several best man speeches over the years, and they all seem to blatantly set out to demolish the groom. Frankly, Richard, I can see no reason why my speech should be any different. Anyhow, we'll come back to you shortly. Firstly, there's a few people I'd like to thank for their roles on this special day. Thank you to Richard on behalf of the bridesmaids for his kind words. I too would also like to thank Chloe and Charlotte for the part they played today. It's very true. I have to say they both look beautiful and have done an excellent job. Indeed, they're only eclipsed by Hayley, who looks absolutely stunning as always. As for Richard, well, he just looks stunned. So if Chloe and Charlotte would like to come and see me, there's a little gift for you to say thank you.
Stay still enough. Hey, what are you up to?
Go on, Chloe. Harris.
Also, massive thank you to Jamie, who I know has worked really hard behind the scenes, and also for Andrew and Billy for their input as well. I would also like to thank all you guests and relatives for making it here today. I know some of you have travelled quite a distance to make it. I mean, it's amazing what lengths some people go to for a free meal and a glass of wine. And of course, finally, I would like to thank Richard for finally admitting at long, long last that I am indeed the best man. As Richard told you, we've known each other for quite a few years now. And he's got three major passions in his life. The first is, of course, Hayley, who asked me to do three things today as part of my best man duties. One was to get in here on time. Tick. Two, to get in here sober. Tick. And three, to get in here looking good.
That's never okay.
2 out of 3 isn't bad. I mean, I'm only the best man, not a plastic surgeon. His other great passions are, of course, cricket and rugby, interests which we both share. Our love of cricket is no different at all. We've been...
Two fingers.
Who ride this guy?
Mr. Jones, it's Fortress Ellen Road.
Never mind.
I lost Miss Ellen Road,
How winning? Boring.
We'll just call that a 10 or 5.
Get in there.
Oh, I reckon that's a 2 bad for
Around.
Yes.
Around.
Richard, you can have a flat coin later.
I'm sorry.
Last time, I think we were only talking about that earlier.
Why did you ring me?
Right, well obviously we've been on several cricket tours together, where we both starred with a bat, have we not, Richard? I mean, on recent tours, Richard has been top scorer out of all of us.
What's that, darts?
It's nothing to do with his batting prowess, but his ability to fill in the scorebook on all the recent tours. There are several stories I could recall from the cricket tours, but one is a word of warning to you, mate. Richard, myself and Nigel have shared a room, as Richard said, for many, many years. And after a few light ales, we usually end up in the room with the TV on, having a chat about everything and anything. But it was on one of these evenings we were watching Question of Sports.
I know what you're going to say.
That's what matter.
When Richard admitted to us that he had a crush on Sue Barr.
Sorry, the best man's in the house.
That's what we said. So, Hayley, if he asks you to pack a tennis racket for the honeymoon, and of course his other great passion is rugby, which happens to be the biggest difference between us. One of us loves watching free-flowing, exciting rugby, great defence, successful Grand Slam and championship winning sides.
That'd be Richard.
And Richard likes watching England. In fact, rugby played a major part in this wedding. There were the invitations from Nigel, I think, printed them for you, did he?
Fantastic. Yeah, very good, yeah.
All the other memorabilia around here, including L cake. And of course, Richard's outfits on his stag.
Oh,
Also, I noticed that each table has been named after a famous English rugby player, which is why I'm scratching my head, because I'm puzzled. The table I'm on is named after a famous shaving manufacturer. Richard, I was honoured when you asked me to be your best man, but somewhat worried. I thought to myself, why would Richard want a gloating Welshman as his best man? You see, I could see what was going to happen on the 16th of March this year. That, of course, was the day when Wales absolutely Richard's in the Six Nations, of course, denying them of the Grand Slam and duly taking the championship off them as well.
Fire alarm.
I needn't worry, because since then Richard has shown his love for Wales on the stag weekend in Margaret, where he wore a daffodil hat, a Champions t-shirt, and of course the Welsh national costume. He also slept in his bed with a Welsh rugby union duvet keeping him warm.
No!
He's turned, you see. For those of you wanting to see proof of this, if you go on Facebook, you can find photographic evidence. But of course, not everybody's on Facebook, so I had to think. So, in the middle of your tables, you'll find an envelope.
Oh, mate, you've done it now, haven't you? I'm not either.
But if you'd like to open you'll find proof that Richard has now become Taffy Taylor.
Ah, well done.
No, they didn't come up to the room that evening. Now, if you look at the posters, you can see a fair amount of alcohol was consumed on the stag weekend, including an instruction from Richard's son Andrew, who unfortunately couldn't make it to the stag, but called to say, give Dad a drink called a flatline. Which, for those of you who don't know what it is, a flatliner is sambuca, golden tequila, and Tabasco sauce. It was absolutely disgusting. And Andrew, there are 9 of us on the stand who would like to return the compliments. So we'll see you at the bar later. Other traits you may or may not know about Richard is that he's linked to royalty. I mean, only the other week, the Queen turned up at British Newbury races.
That night, yeah.
She was very, very impressed with us when she found out that we were drinking Pimm's. Then she was a little less impressed when she realised they were pints. But being loyal subjects, we all put money on the Queen's horses, and then wish we hadn't. The horses may have well straight gone to Pimm's. However, we did finish with an excellent winner, a horse by the name of Feel Like Dancing.
Yeah, like that.
So when the disc goes on later, and you see 9 fully grown men dancing and generally making fools of themselves to Leo Sayer, you make me feel like dancing, then you know what. Richard, one love you have, which I didn't know about until I did some research. Thanks, Abe. Is your love for country music?
No!
Which you seem to have kept quiet about for some reason. I think that's given us an idea for a fancy dress outfit for the 50th birthday on cricket tour. Tammy Wynette parading around Marble. Good idea to me. I don't know what other members of the cricket tour think.
Yeah, I like that.
Talking of members of the cricket team, there's something we all do when we meet up. And if we don't comply, then of course I fine you on cricket tour. So, Richard. Nigel.
Oh, bollocks.
Mainsy. Fob up, lads.
You got a room.
Well, that was easy money, wasn't it? Richard, you're also very proud of your cars, especially the Saab.
It's hardly anything. I don't know why you're elaborating on that.
Until recently, when Hayley decided to put a go fast stripe down the side.
There's nothing. Unless you got teeth cut out.
Sorry, Hayley. You weren't going to get away with that one.
It's not that bad. Jamie said it wasn't that bad.
It's not
Would you
that
like to tell everybody how wide the gap was?
Wide enough.
wide enough for a bag.
It was dark. It was dark and it was raining.
Well, Richard told me it was wide enough for a Sherman tank. Richard also likes to play practical jokes, as Gary will testify. Absolutely. When we went to get our suits fitted, scrumptious, Gary was convinced that today we'd all be wearing kilts. And the look of horror on Gary's face when we walked into the shop was hilarious. Especially when that very nice young man was measuring Richard's inside leg. Poor Barry was looking on going, oh no, what next? But we got over it, didn't we?
Yep, I didn't do it.
And of course, Richard, you're known as the Del Boy of the Irish Shepherd. Everything from exercise equipment to nappies. And I'm pretty sure soon that you'll be selling tap water at Sheppey Spring. Hayley also pointed out to me that you're quite a romantic at heart. She tells me that when you proposed to her, you didn't do it in the normal fashion, you know, i.e., will you marry me? But uttered the immortal words, will you get engaged to me? So, moving forward on to married life, Richard. It truly has been an honour and a privilege to be your best man today. And you're very lucky to have gained a beautiful, kind, loving, generous, fun-loving wife. Hayley, you've gained a beautiful new dress and some flowers. No, seriously, joking aside, I've gone on for far too long, and I leave you with a quote which I think is apt, which you might have heard before. Marriage is not about finding a person you can live with, it's about finding a person you can't live with. Deja vu. All that remains for me to do is to ask you to stand, raise your glasses, and join me in wishing Richard and Hayley a long, prosperous and happy life together. Ladies and gentlemen, please raise your glasses to the bride and groom. Well done, Colin. Good effort, mate. There's just one more thing I'm going to say is there's obviously some gender blocks in the corner there. If anybody hasn't left a message on them, I'm sure Richard and Hayley would love it if you went over there and just signed a little ditty. And if everyone could sort of vacate this room, because they're going to get it ready for the evening session. I'm sure now the sun's out, so we'll probably be able to venture outside. Well done, mate.